As I tried to clarify yesterday, these are not sanctions or restrictive measures. When we are using the word sanction or restrictive measures, that means measures which are based on a legal framework for sanctioning. This is not the case in Kosovo. These are measures. These are instruments we are using in order to show that the European Union is serious in expecting the de-escalation and reacting if the de-escalation is not happening. And that's why when it comes to relations with Kosovo, I yesterday mentioned that the member states supported a series of measures in relation to Kosovo, as we still expect Prime Minister Kurti to implement the necessary steps for the escalation of the situation. And these measures, they are temporary, they can be scaled back, they can be reversed. They include postponements of official visits, of committees. They can also, or events that have been planned or were in the planning, as well as our financial cooperation with Kosovo. Again, I will not go into the details. Our Kosovo counterparts are very well informed about the thinking of the European Union, about the expectations of the European Union. These measures are not something that the European Union would be taking lightly, but these are the measures that are the necessary reaction of the European Union to the fact that until now we haven't seen any meaningful, decisive steps for immediate de-escalation of the situation. The European Union is an honest broker that is doing its best with enormous amount of energy and resources to facilitate the normalization between Kosovo and Serbia based on the demand of both sides, endorsed by the UN resolution. So we are doing our role as the facilitator. The overall aim is to achieve the normalization of the relations between Kosovo and Serbia. This is the overall aim for the benefit of the people, both in Kosovo and in Serbia. This is also very crucial for the EU path of both Kosovo and Serbia. So in order to get there, a European behavior is expected to deliver. The European behavior means not escalating, but finding solutions, de-escalating. The European behavior means consensus and finding of compromises, not having constant situations when, due to unilateral steps, we have crisis after crisis after crisis, which the European Union tries to solve. Regarding the Ohrid Agreement, or so-called Ohrid Agreement on the implementation annex, there is a clear statement by the High Representative, clearly agreed by both sides. It's out there, it's published. It was never renounced. This statement was never renounced by anyone. And it's out there. EU's role is to facilitate, to help both Kosovo and Serbia to get to the overall objective. If they don't want to, it's their decision. But if they want to deliver on this objective and on their commitment to the EU future for their people, then the European Union will continue to facilitate, but we would at the same time expect a European behavior. And the European behavior is not constantly pointing fingers to others, but looking at yourself, what you can do, especially if your partners, your closest allies and your partners are telling you what's the way forward. I'm not aware about any secret dialogue meeting. Everything what we do when it comes to dialogue is fully transparent. The meetings are announced, are properly commented on. So let's not divert the attention away from what is really important. What is really important is that there is escalation, which is not stopped, it continues, and there is no de-escalation as the EU and the international partners expect. If we are not able to get from this current situation of constant escalation to immediate de-escalation, this will have negative consequences, and it's starting to have negative consequences on the relations with the European Union. Well, this is something we are following, of course, very closely, and we are, as a matter of urgency, in touch with both sides, with both parties, as well as with the KFOR, which is very important in this context, to establish what exactly happened and how it happened. And in the meantime, we urge both Kosovo and Serbia to refrain from any action or reaction that could further contribute to heightening of the tensions, which are already pretty high, and we reiterate EU's call for both to de-escalate urgently and with decisive steps.